Go.
I forgot to click start recording. So if you're on YouTube, welcome. We just said hey and discussed.
You didn't miss anything.
You didn't miss anything.
So a while ago, when was the last time you got your your last tattoo?
2 years ago.
It's been 2 years. You're such a baddie.
Oh, that's the term of the day. The girls, Olivia and her friends were just here and they're talking about boys. And they're like, he a baddie. I'm sorry, what? Ma'am, what does that mean? It means they're cute. So we said we're baddies.
I'm very thrilled. Clearly we're baddies.
We're baddies.
We're sure bad at podcasting. We can't quite manage it all.
We got it. We're good.
But anyway, so I got to meet Danna's tattoo artist, Speed, in the cutest little place in Sugar and Falls. Anyway, so Dan said that Speed called or texted her today.
He sent me an Instagram message today saying that he was thinking of Kristin because...
Couldn't remember my name, but that's okay.
He said, your friend with the farm.
This is what people remember me for.
But to be clear, like, it really narrowed it down. I don't have very many friends with farms.
You knew it was me.
So I did. I did know it was you. And he was like, we just got all these animals. And it made me think of farm life and made me think of your friend with the farm. So
isn't that nice?
It was very nice. Yes. So it was
nice.
It was very sweet.
Well,
of him.
I actually ran into his wife at the county fair, and I don't know how that I knew that it was her.
How did you end up figuring that out?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Well, she had a lot of tattoos.
So his
Maybe
daughter
he showed me a picture.
His daughter is now going to be showing geese this year. And I did not realize that you can show geese at the fair.
Oh yeah. Geese, ducks, peacocks, pheasants.
I just don't get it.
You could probably show a willet.
I wonder if we could show our lizard.
Oh, that's definitely exotic pocket pets.
That's a thing? You can?
Yeah.
Maybe we should do
take
this.
Thor. Speaking of shows and strange things, in case you didn't know, Willet is our dog. Willet is a bourbon, but Willet is also a bird.
What do you mean?
My brother-in-law, it's a bird that lives by the water. They saw one in Sanibel when they were just there.
It's the name of one.
Yeah, it's the name of a bird, Willet. He said, did you know?
Do you not hear that? Like crackling?
No, I don't.
Okay. As long as you can hear me. You can hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
And I said, yeah, that's actually what we told my mom, that the dog was named after a bird that lives by the water. So very funny. But I love that people think of me when they think of farm life. That's nice.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
Campbell today had to drive. So the Ohio State Fair doesn't start till the end of July, but the dog show was early. And since she's a part of Teen Leadership Council, she has to, that is a funny picture.
My brother my sister-in-law just sent this picture of like why she sent this. I have no idea. It's this two older
grannies. I mean, they're in their 80s.
In really funny bathing suits with all their good parts hanging out, and sent it to our group chat. So there's that.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, Campbell had to work the dog show today. So she said she had 34 people in her class in the dog show. And just in case you ever wanted to know a little dog trivia, if it ever comes up, that if your dog that you were showing and doing a pattern with, which I'm not a fan of the dog show because that's why I didn't win super showmanship when I was in 4-H, because the dog wouldn't listen to me.
Carry on, Kristin.
It just sat
Reel
there.
it back in.
But if you wanted to know, a disqualification in the dog show is if your dog poops in the ring, it's an automatic DQ.
I find that to be hilarious.
And a boy who Campbell said was so serious about his dog showing today pooped, not him, his dog pooped in the ring. Can you imagine? Like, of all the things you treat, it was probably nervous. It was a nervous pooper.
That is hilarious.
I feel really bad for the kid. So disqualified.
Love it. So speaking of 4-H, do you want to talk about where your kids got to go?
Our kids were all gone, and they were at Spark Expo at Ohio State, which is a college and career readiness camp. So not really kids for 4-H. They could be in 4-H. But they talk about all the different career options that have to do in the College of Agriculture at Ohio State, CAFES, all the different options from construction management to engineering to food science, animal science, all the different things. And so they had a really nice time, but the boys were counselors. They actually call them junior RAs for the first time. And they said it was a lot of work. It was hard being responsible for all these kids. So that is a lot of work. Exhausted. But I have to tell you, I actually told you this before, but you know, when Danna, your husband is super helpful. Margot,
well, I thought so until I heard this story.
Margot, who runs the camp with Teresa, And I can't even imagine, like, just being responsible for 50 kids.
Zero interest in this. I'm not really a fan
It would
of
be
being
awful. I mean, it
responsible
would
for
be
my 3.
exhausting. Making sure everybody's having a really fun time doing other things. So if you can imagine, I'm sure she never slept. Her husband is a mechanic and he owns a tow truck. He drove the tow truck to Columbus to pick her up, and he towed her car home so that she didn't have to drive home.
Like Tom would do a lot of things for me, and
I mean, that is
don't
like,
think
that is a man.
is it. I
That
just don't
is-
think so.
So Keith, great job.
Very impressive. Incredibly impressive.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, I just don't think my husband is really.
And her car is not little. I think she has like a Suburban.
Oh wow.
Towed
My
home.
husband will do a lot. I mean, more. I would say my husband would do more than the average husband
For sure.
for me.
Sure.
That being said,
You know it.
that being said, he would not do that. Now, this is quite funny, actually. So last week, Kristin ran a jam class, like teaching people how to make
4 of
jam
them.
at the market. And I helped out, and which I don't know, like of all people, I was literally, someone asked, like was asking me a question, and I'm like, I think I'm just here to do dishes. Like, I'm not really sure. They keep me around for my looks. Like, I didn't know what to say. Like, I'm like, I have no idea how to answer your question. I'm sorry. But I was there and tried to be helpful. And there were a couple of couples that I was impressed that these women
men
got.
in every class.
Yeah, that these women got their husbands to come. And I was really impressed with it because I was like, there is no way that my husband would come. Like he
There's
just
no way
wouldn't.
you would make jam. We all
I
know
wouldn't.
this. How many times are we going on with you not making
No.
jam?
And now I made it yet another year.
She still never made a drop of jam.
Made it another year, guys. It's okay. Today,
Until you call me begging for more jam.
Today, one of the kids that used to work at the market was in visiting, and she did the peach truck, where they, So she has all these peaches. She's like, so I want to make peach jam. And she was asking me questions, and I was like, I don't know. I know you need some like Sure Gel or something. And I was
Did
kind
you
of,
sell it to her?
yeah,
Oh,
she bought
good.
some.
Since she didn't buy her peaches from us,
No.
it's nice that she got her Sure Gel from us.
No, but it was quite funny because I was like, I don't really know much. I said Kristin would be the person to ask for that, but whatever. Speaking of peaches, I was in Georgia this week.
Tell us all about your adult getaway.
We went for 4 days, no kids, to Savannah, Georgia, which, to be clear, I would
It's a
never.
lot of days in Savannah, Georgia.
So we actually discussed that. It's funny. So we flew in. We had a really early flight on Sunday. Flew in Sunday. Got there by I think there's no direct flights, so we had to.
Did you go through Charlotte?
We actually went through Chicago and then Chicago straight down. But excuse me. So I think we got in at 11:30, and then by the time we got to the hotel and got checked in and everything, and then we went to lunch and then went and sat by the pool until my brother and his wife came later and met us there. But so we had pretty much a good set, almost a half a day then. And then we had all day Monday, all day Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we didn't fly out until 6:30 at night. So we had the whole day. We were able to keep our hotel room until 4 p.m. So it was awesome. So we got an extra day. However, we did say that. We said, I don't know that if I had extra time in Savannah, the only thing I would have done with an extra day is we would have taken a day trip to Tybee Island. It wouldn't have been in Savannah. And the only thing in Savannah that we didn't do that we would have wanted to do was more restaurants. There's a lot of good restaurants and you only can eat so many meals, So that was probably the only thing that we felt if we would have stayed longer. But 4 days was more than enough, to be honest. It's a beautiful city. If you like history, I would 100% recommend going. Beautiful cobblestone streets. We did a ghost tour. 10 out of 10 did not recommend.
I like Savannah. It's a lot like Charleston, only different. I still think I like Charleston better.
So everything I hear is exactly that. I have never been to Charleston. This was my second time visiting Savannah. And it's funny, it's been 10 years since I've been to Savannah. The few things that I remembered specifically of areas or landmarks or whatnot, I was like, oh yeah, there it is. Because it's really
kind of small.
It's really the historical district is actually quite small. And we stayed in the Plant River district, which is right on the river. And it's beautiful there. I would definitely recommend staying at the JW Marriott there. It was a great hotel. Service
Fancy
was meh,
pants.
but it was a nice hotel. Yeah, it was a little bougie. My brother is a big time traveler for his job and he has to travel a lot. And so he gets a lot of perks with that. And when he books our hotel when we go, because he gets added perks with Marriott. And like we walk in and they're like, oh yeah, you guys need to go to the elite desk. Like, well, okay, where? I don't know what that means, but okay.
Danna's loving it. She's
I'm
like,
like,
elite,
this is
right
better
here,
than the
me,
Holiday
that's me.
Inn. But yeah, no, it was beautiful. So we had a lovely time, and it was supposed to rain the whole time, and we were freaking out, and we ended up having great weather. I got so sunburned that my back is peeling like crazy right now. Went to some really great restaurants, but we did do a ghost tour I would not do. We did a horse-drawn carriage tour, which was fun. And it was like a private horse-drawn carriage.
Could you all fit in one?
Yeah. So it was actually more than enough room. Like this is one that they normally open up to the public, but we did it private because it was my sister-in-law's birthday and my brother treated everyone.
Did he get her anything else over the trip?
Do you know I forgot to ask?
Oh, darn. Well, he also upgraded the room. Like he did a lot of fancy things.
So in my brother's defense, I actually felt so bad. So he tried to surprise her and upgrade the room to one of those, like what you see on TV, you guys, like the two floor suite at the Marriott, at the JW Marriott. And it was amazing. And Tom and I figured it out when we first got there because it was also their anniversary the day that we arrived. So we thought
I don't think I knew that. That's nice.
Not that they weren't like celebrating it, but they weren't making a big deal out of it. It was a 12-year anniversary. It wasn't like a huge anniversary. But we thought it would be nice to send a bottle of champagne and strawberries to they have chocolate covered strawberries sent to their room. So we went to concierge when we first got there and we're like, we're sorry, we don't know their room number yet because they're not checked in yet. But, they're all under this name. And so they looked it up and they're like, okay, well, there's 2 rooms that are like king bed balcony rooms because the balcony was so cool. It overlooked the river. Beautiful. And then there is 1 room that is an upgraded like suite. And we're like, oh, he probably did that. So they got there and my sister-in-law was actually, this sounds terrible, but I can totally understand where she was coming from. She was a little disappointed. While she appreciated that he was upgrading her, she just wanted to be with everybody else. Like she was like, I don't really want the upgrade. I wanted to be with my family. And his thought was, this is a great place. We can all hang out there, which P.S. Savannah has 0 nightlife as far as during the week past like 9:30, 10 p.m. at night. Like,
sounds like my town.
We were okay with it, except that like where Tom's wired. My poor husband, he's wired differently. He wants to hang out and party all the time. Not party, but like
he just wants to do stuff.
To do stuff, and I'm like, oh, I want to go to bed. So 10 p.m. was fine for me, but at 10 p.m. he was like, we're really going back to the room and we're going to bed, and he just wanted to like hang out, right? And I was like, totally okay. I was like, yeah, we can watch the news. Like I
love it.
But so. And they ended up switching their room, which
Ryan is very thoughtful in the details.
My brother is incredibly. Nice. He is I actually remind me to ask him tomorrow. Yeah. I will ask him what he ended up because
he certainly didn't need to.
No, he did not need to get her anything else. But knowing my brother, I'm sure he did. He is an excellent gift giver. So I'm sure
Bill is a good gift giver.
Bill is a great gift giver.
But Bill, got me a bar, and so we're not like
no. But like when you guys like back. When you first started dating and like first married, he would like come to me and be like, oh my gosh, I remember. I don't even know if you know this story. Like he had got your engagement ring and like,
we went to pick it up.
Right. But he had it it went to our jeweler.
So I did not know this at the time.
Right. So it went to our jeweler to go, to get sized for her. And
to go to California.
Right. And they were then leaving for Sanibel. And he was going to propose in Sanibel. But he did not tell me he was going to propose. But he did tell me that he needed to go to the jeweler. I had a pair of diamond earrings that the jeweler was fixing for me. And he said, I'm going to our jeweler. Do you need me to grab your earrings? And I was like, it was like 2 days before they went to Sanibel. Why are you going to the jeweler, Bill? Why? What do you need there? And like, I knew what he was going to get. And he was like, I'm like, are you going to do what I think you're going to do? And he's like, don't worry about it. Like I knew it. So so it was like so exciting.
I did not know because the ring had to be sent away because it was more than just a resize.
Yeah,
it had to have some work.
The way that the ring.
If you don't know, it's probably a story for another day. But the ring we got used from a mall.
Well,
from a totally random person.
you met the
off of
person
eBay.
at the mall, but to pick it up. But it was a used ring, but it was like
a David Yurman.
it was the ring she wanted. Like, what
Yeah.
are the chances that someone is selling
It was kind
the
of
ring
crazy.
you wanted? Like,
We got it outside the Chinese buffet
literally,
restaurant in
like
Erie, PA.
And she texted me and said, "In case somebody like tries to kill us, this
where
is where we are.
are.
This is our location
We had
right
taken
now."
the cash.
Because they had cash. Yeah, like you don't know. Like it was kind of.
We were meeting this
It was like a
strange
drug
woman.
deal, but it was for a ring. Like it was kind of funny, but yeah. So like. He always though I remember the bracelet. It's the only I used to say that the only part of Kristin's body that was larger than mine is her wrist, because he wanted to get her this David Yurman bracelet, and I was like, well, so we measured it on my wrist, and I was like, there's no way my wrist is smaller than hers. You'll be totally fine. Apparently, my wrist is smaller. It did not fit her.
I have a really big
that
bone
whatever
there.
that bone is, that wrist bone. Yeah, I do have small wrists, but
You have small fingers too.
I
Your
do.
fingers are way smaller than mine.
yeah, I do have small
The
fingers.
ring fit you. And
The ring
we had
did
to
fit
size
me.
up,
Yeah.
not size down.
Yeah, the ring did fit me. I have really, it's like the skinniest part of my body is my fingers. So,
And your legs.
yeah, I guess.
Your extremities are small.
That's okay. My mom told me yesterday that she's like, my sister-in-law posted all these pictures of us in Savannah, and there's this one dress, and my mom texted me. She's like, oh my gosh, that dress fit you like a glove. You looked so cute in it. And I was like, my arms looked awful in it. Like my arms are just blah. And my mom's like, you have Jewish girl arms. Who says that?
Your Jewish mother.
Thanks, Mom. Do you want to know what we did yesterday? Yesterday was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers listening.
What did you do?
I took my mom to the cemetery.
to see your daddy.
Yeah. We like frolicked.
When did you fit that in?
Don't even ask.
Oh boy.
I made it all work yesterday.
She made it all work because we all worked.
They had to work.
I think
did
Bill
work.
worked more yesterday on Father's Day than
He
he
did.
works in a normal day.
He did. Oh my gosh, yeah, he was working yesterday. No, but I went into work. Olivia ended up working yesterday. We had a call off. We had to pull in all
She
of
was
our
super
kids.
happy about
all of our.
being there.
I woke her up. I was like, sorry. All of our kids had to work yesterday because we were busier than expected, and we had a call off. So it was just the nature. It happens. Whatever. But so I brought Olivia there, and then I ended up jumping on and working for like an hour or so while I was there. And then I picked my mom up. We went to the cemetery. So we were laughing so hard. So both sets of my grandparents are buried in the same cemetery, which is great because they're
Very
right by,
convenient.
and they're actually quite close to each other. So we went and we saw my mom's parents first, and we took pictures by the gravestones. Like my mom, we were like, she's like taking their pictures. I gave like a thumbs up with my grandpa for Father's Day. And then I went and saw my other
What are you
grandpa.
gonna do with these pictures?
I don't know. I just have them. I was going to post them on Facebook and like make a funny post, and then I just decided against
People
it.
might think it's a little
I'm like, people might
strange.
think you're weird playing in a cemetery, but my mom is like, I was like, Mom, I'm not trying to be mean. Like, I am totally okay taking you to the cemetery. Clearly, also, P.S., my mom is very, very young. She acts like she's 90 years old, that I had to take her to the cemetery. It cracked me up. Like,
Does she not drive?
she drives. I don't know.
Heidi,
but
what's going on
it
with
was
you?
actually like kind of nice. Like
No,
we
she
spent
probably
some
just
time
wanted you to
together.
go.
She did, and it was really nice actually. But she was like, okay, now we have to go to this section of the cemetery. I'm like, why? She's like, my friend's over here. My friend's husband's over here. My friend's dad is over here. I'm like, I gotta go. I got stuff to do. We're wandering the cemetery yesterday.
Just looking for people that you know.
She knew I told her, Mom, you're at an age, it's like reading the obituaries.
She's not even that old.
No.
Oh my gosh. Isn't
Okay.
she still in her 60s?
Still in her 60s. She's 65.
Yeah.
She's so young. You guys, I'm only 42. My mom had me at a young age. I'm the oldest grandchild, the oldest daughter. Like,
But not that young.
I'm very young.
No, I'm saying your mom wasn't that
No,
young. when she had
and to be
you.
clear, she was 23.
It's not like she was a teenage mother.
But no, gosh, no. But like, not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm sure you work out your stuff. But I don't want to offend anybody. But
For all
back
the
then,
16-year-olds that have children that are
this was the
listening.
early 80s, like late 70s, early 80s. That was totally normal to like get married at 20,
Yeah.
have kids right after. Like anything past like 25, you were basically old at that point, like to have kids, like, which you're clearly not old, but like,
No.
it was very, very normal to have kids at that age.
Now it's very normal to have kids in the opposite end. of the
Correct.
spectrum.
So like a 23 now, people would be like, oh,
my
they're so
gosh.
young.
I hope that our children don't get
I
married
hope
that
they
young.
don't, because I got married that young. I got married. I was 24 when I married Tom.
I did too.
How'd that work out?
Just saying, I got 2 beautiful children. I'm not
Hey,
saying anything
listen,
different.
you
but
wouldn't
listen,
change
there's
it for the
no
world
rushing
because
into things, people.
no. But I say it all the time. I don't regret anything in my life, but I do wish I would have done it differently because I feel like I missed out on a lot of things when I was younger. Mostly about going away to college. I stayed home for college.
Yeah, you've always said that.
And that is something that I don't regret it because my life would not have turned out, everything happens for a reason. Tom and I started dating Tom when I was 17 years old. We stayed together. I probably wouldn't have stayed with him if I went away to college, but
You might have.
You're right. I might have, but I think it would have been a lot harder to stay together. And I started working at a younger age.
Listen,
and
he puts up with you.
he does not know how lucky he is. He's very lucky.
You guys are both lucky. You guys really are a good match.
It's great.
It's nice.
Except-
Even though we're mismatched, you're a nice
Except
match.
Bill could give him some tips on gift giving is all.
That's fine. For Father's Day, I have to tell you, we got this pizza
We're
oven.
over
We're
time, but
this
you
is
have
worth
to
it.
tell this. Yes.
So I've wanted a pizza oven for a really long time. And when I say that, probably 7 years. When Uni was just coming out with a pizza oven, there were things I didn't like about that original pizza oven. Mm-hmm. Great brand. Wonderful. So I've been over the last couple years, been looking at this Gosney pizza oven. So I don't normally say much to Bill about things because sometimes he'll go by it. But I told Danna, I'm like, listen, I'm going to drop some hints here because Father's Day is coming. Because it is my dream. We have this beautiful barn. It is my dream that someday in the next 10 years that I get an outdoor teaching kitchen that would have a pizza oven that I can teach classes. We can rent it out for entertaining,
but
for
you
rehearsal
need
dinners.
A built-in pizza oven there.
I would want a built-in pizza oven. Well, let's just be real. This barn is coming along and it's expensive to do the things that we're doing. And so I'm like, I'm never getting my teacher.
Well,
never
no,
getting
you know what? My
my
father-in-law
teaching
used
kitchen.
to always say to us when we moved into our house that we're in right now, and we fully renovated this house, but it obviously cannot happen overnight. And my father-in-law used to tell us Rome wasn't built in a day with a credit card. You can't go into debt. You can't do these things like that. It'll come with time.
So anyway, so then I'm like, well, you know what? This could be a happy medium because I'm not going to get this teaching kitchen, and pizza ovens are fun. So we got this Gosney pizza oven, and it is wonderful. We used it on Saturday night.
And honestly, the learning curve,
wasn't that
I think
bad.
we ruined one pizza.
Because I didn't put enough flour.
It was pretty quick. We figured out, okay, we need this, we need that. And it was...
Parker put it together. Jack ended up helping with a couple things. And it was wonderful, and it will be so much fun, so many memories. But Bill did suggest we keep it at your house.
Yeah, he did. This is what happens. This is what these people do, you guys. So they buy things like we have a Bartesian, which, to be clear, we definitely reap the benefits of this, so I'm not complaining.
I don't think I'd be complaining.
No, I'm not. But this is what Kristin does. If she she'll be like, oh, I baked this beautiful cake. I'm just going to leave it at your house. I don't want it. I don't want the cake. I don't need the cake.
That's not nice.
Call a spade. I don't want all the sweets that you make.
So anyways, the pizza oven, look it up if you're in the market for one. We did not get the dome, just in case anybody is looking. It is a fire, propane, natural gas. We got the one that is natural gas and propane. We went without the wood option.
The wood option is a little pricier.
Well, it's a lot pricier, and you don't think about the mess that you have to deal with.
So the other part I'm going to say about that wood option is that if you're going to spend that kind of money on the wood option, build it in. That's what I said. Pizza ovens are very expensive for built-ins, but honestly, once you get to that point, you may as well just do it.
We got the stand. It rolls around. It's really quite nice. Yeah. So I'll share some pizza photos next time we make pizza.
I have I sent you the one.
Danna made her gluten-free 4-way pizza.
Because I could only have one crust, so I did it in 4 different pizzas.
It was good. It was really,
we had a blast.
Really, really nice. So until next time, friends.
I'm we're done. That's all I have.
She's finished. Until next time, we're mismatched.